Here were 5 police cars parked in front of my house. I stared at the screen in disbelief. What on earth had happened? It all started with a frantic text from my younger sister, her words practically vibrating off my phone, full of panic and exclamation marks. And yet, ironically, the reason those police cars were there was because I had called them. The truth? My anger that morning was cold, precise, and unstoppable. What followed was a week of chaos, betrayal, and the ultimate lesson. Some bonds of blood are heavier than chains, and sometimes more dangerous. My name is Kristen. I'm 35. I work at an international consulting firm, traveling half the month, managing projects that could determine the future of entire corporations. My life is structured, logical, and meticulously planned. And my home, my suburban house with its sunlit windows, high ceilings, and warm interiors, was my only sanctuary. For years, I had sacrificed sleep, friendships, and even family time to build this life. Every detail of that house was chosen by me. Every corner represented my strength, my taste, my effort, and nothing, not even my own relatives, had the right to touch it. I have a younger sister, 3 years my junior. From childhood, we were like oil and water. She was impulsive, expressive, chaotic. I was logical, restrained, controlled. Her spontaneity clashed with my order. When she married early, her husband and in-laws only made our relationship more strained. Holiday dinners were exercises in polite tension, each of us navigating a minefield of unspoken rules. That was the best solution, for years, until that day. I had just returned from a week-long financial restructuring project in Europe, 2 days earlier than expected, exhausted but elated. I envisioned sinking into my sofa, catching up on shows, savoring the peace of my sanctuary. But the moment I turned the key in my front door, everything shattered. The air inside was wrong, thick with dust, with strange odors that weren't mine. Voices, rough, male, echoed from the living room. The high-pitched whine of drills and dull thuds of hammers reached me before my eyes could adjust. Burglars? No. Something about the chaos felt personal. I crept down the hallway, heart hammering, and peeked around the living room door. What I saw froze me. The kitchen I had chosen after months of planning, tiled walls ripped, pipes dangling. My master bath demolished, tools scattered across my counters, smeared with dust and oil, and at the center of it all, my sister, arms crossed, smiling like a queen surveying her kingdom. Next to her, her husband and in-laws lounged on my sofa as if they owned it. My sanctuary had been invaded, stripped of order, and replaced with their entitlement. My voice, unnaturally calm, cut through the room. "What exactly are you doing here?" She smiled brightly. "Oh, Kristen, you're back early. Surprise! We thought we'd redo your bathrooms and kitchen, since we're moving in." Every word was a knife. My home wasn't just being renovated, it was being stolen. As her words sank in, I noticed something that made my chest ice over. The neon sneakers scattered across the tiles, her designer shoes. She had planned this carefully, copying my spare key months ago. This wasn't a family favor. It was a deliberate, premeditated invasion. I turned to the workers, my tone businesslike. "Who hired you?" The foreman hesitated, then nodded toward my sister. "This lady, ma'am." I felt something inside me shift, something cold and precise. My parents were gone. There was no one to moderate her demands. My home, my rules, my boundaries were mine alone. I gave the workers their pay and dismissed them. Then I faced my sister, the in-laws, and her husband. The word family left their mouths like a weapon. I fixed them with a stare. Family? You are strangers. This is my house. Leave now. Weeks passed. I fortified my house. Digital locks, AI surveillance, intrusion sensors, and 24/7 police-linked alarms. But my sister's obsession wasn't over. One night, while I was abroad, the emergency alert blared through my phone. Unauthorized access detected. Backyard motion sensor triggered. Infrared cameras revealed my sister and her husband in dark clothes, crowbars in hand, whispering about smashing locks. I hit the alarm. Floodlights erupted. Sirens screamed. They froze like caught rats. I called the local police. Within hours, 5 police cars surrounded my home. The panic in her text that morning? Priceless. They were arrested, but I wasn't interested in vengeance. I wanted peace. I hired Mr. Peterson, a sharp corporate lawyer. We reviewed the footage, meticulous planning, premeditated trespass, malicious intent. The other side tried to spin the narrative, claiming I had abandoned my duty as an elder sister. My lawyer dismantled their lies piece by piece. The settlement was simple but firm. No contact ever again, legally binding, with massive penalties for violation. My house, my sanctuary, untouchable. On signing day, I saw her glance back once, hatred mixed with the faintest trace of tears. That was it. The illusion of family was gone. But there was one more surprise. Hidden among the rubble, I discovered a small, locked diary she had left behind. Inside were sketches, notes, and a chilling pattern. She had been tracking my travels for months, noting every absence and weakness. The extent of her obsession shook me, but also clarified one thing. I had made the right choice. 6 months later, my life was peaceful. My home restored, more beautiful than ever. My kitchen, a dream island kitchen. Friends over on weekends, laughter, freedom from malice. At work, I took bigger contracts, stronger and more confident. I had lost my family, or maybe it had only ever been an illusion, but in exchange, I had my dignity, my sanctuary, and control of my own life. Blood ties can sometimes be the heaviest chains, but breaking free, that's liberation. And I will never again let anyone claim my life as their right, no matter how much blood we share.